Hello everyone, I'm Melinda NailFanatic and I am here to do our Chinese Zodiac Tarot mid-month update for September 2017, and we are going to get right in with the Chinese Zodiac sign of the Rat. So we're going to use the Caroline Miss archetype deck. Love Source God, what are the messages for the Rat for September mid-month 2017? Thank you, thank you, thank you now in advance, Love Source God, for these messages for all 12 signs. And also thank you, thank you, thank you to our beautiful brother or sister who chose to timestamp this message. The Rat, the message for you this month, mid-month. And these messages are meant to apply mid-month through mid-month. So it is Rescuer. It says, provide strength and support to others in crisis, acts out of love with no expectation of return. So where there was an energy around you of waiting for somebody to return and reciprocate the help that you provided, the assistance that you gave, you've now come to understand that you cannot rely on others to do what matches what you have done. You cannot expect them to act in kind as you do. Just because you act does not mean that they will match you, okay? So you're now understanding that when you do things for someone else, you have to do it because you really want to, and you have to do it unconditionally regardless of how they respond. You understand that you're not doing it because of the response you get. You're doing it because you feel that it's right for you to do. And at the same time, you realize that you can't just be doing for everyone all the time when it doesn't work well for you. This is a situation regarding someone in your home, is what I'm hearing. And this person, you've been trying to help them and rescue them from their situation that didn't work out so well. So now you understand that you have to, when you decide that you're going to help, that you have to do it without any expectation of a return of that energy from that person. The universe will return the energy to you, but it's not usually coming from the same place that you send it. So when you give, you have to expect that you're going to give in that no matter what they do with what you give, you're happy that you gave, okay? Because I feel that there's some difficulty in understanding that. I feel that somebody has said something really hard and cruel towards you. They have displayed that they are careless. They don't care about how they talk to you, the things they say about you. They have been gossiping about you, and you've done nothing but try to help this person. And so where you were trying to pour out healing on them, it did serve a benefit because all that energy you put into them also benefits you as well. So on a soul level, where you try to help somebody else, the help that you give helps you also. That doesn't mean that this is a situation where you can stay in, because to stay there would be to neglect the love that is available to you, the reciprocal energy that the universe has to reciprocate all that you've poured into this situation is not coming from this place. And you're starting to realize that now. You're really looking at the situation, taking it for what it is, and realizing that although you've been pouring all your love and hope and help into this situation, it's time for you to walk away from that, because it's done, it is what it is. You can't make them change their mind, their ways, their actions. You can't make them feel better. You understand that they need to do the work themselves. And because they're not doing the work, it's not lending them the opportunity to have the progress. So definitely for you right now, your advice for you that's really strong is to follow how you're being guided to what feels better for you. Because when you keep staying in a situation that don't feel right, you're not benefiting yourself, and any benefit that you think you're radiating out, or any benefit that you feel that, or you're doing it to provide or whatever, it's going to be blocked. It's going to be limited because the other person has their free will and their course of action. And if it's not aligned with healing over the situation, it's not aligned with improvement for themselves, then you can't see it there, because that person has to be a willing participant in their own healing. They must be an active and willing agent in the rectification of their own situation. So for you, the best course for you is to c'est la vie, let it be, take your lessons from here and move forward for yourself. And know that whatever energy you put into the situation, it's not that it was wasted. It's just that you have to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. You can't expose yourself to situations that are obviously detrimental to your own health and well-being to try to help someone else. And so I do feel that for you, you're going to move on to healing, and it's going to be through some pain. I'm not going to lie. There is some pain that you're going to go through to get to this healing, but the healing is there for you. The opportunity to move forward is there for you. This definitely has to do with somebody from your home environment, whether that home means your physical home that you're living in, including roommates and such, or if that home means your family that you come from. The actual thing here, though, is that you're being put into a new situation. You're being moved into a gateway of a new beginning, so that you can apply these. You're going to apply these things. That's what's going to move you into this new situation. And in this new situation, that's where you're going to find the reciprocation. But it's by I'm going to go on to the sign of the ox now. I want to readjust the camera a little bit before I do. Bear with me for just a moment. Okay. So now, for the sign of the ox, love source God, I'm so thankful and grateful for our existence and our being and our connection to all that it ever is, was, will be, or could be, allowing us to access this information to benefit ourselves and one another. So what is the message at this time, mid-month September 2017, for the ox? What is the message for the ox? Okay, here it is. We have detective. Great powers of observation and intuition, and a desire to seek out the truth. So for you, there's a situation where you're looking to unveil what's really going on. And I do feel that your intuition has told you that somebody has not been completely forthcoming. And so you have begun to check the story. Yeah, somebody is actually involved in a legal matter, and so because you're involved in this legal matter, you are actually doing investigations to try to get to the root of the truth in regards to the information that's being presented. And there are some documents that you're going to find, some law loophole, something of that effect that you're finding that is being a benefit for you now in this situation. Okay. I also get that a family situation possibly involving someone with the sign of Virgo in their chart. You've been waiting on something to work itself out and just trying to stay. You've been staying, not trying. You have been staying in the high vibration as you can. You understand that this situation in your family is a soulmate type of situation. And you know that everything you need is coming to you. And it's just a matter of patience, because you've kind of gotten tired of being patient. You're like, I've been doing the work. I've been doing everything in my power. I've been doing all that I'm supposed to do. And I'd like to see this thing manifest. I'd like to see this conclusion. I'd like to see this solution. Different situations for all of you. But the message here right now was that you definitely are in the right mind space. So be confident in that, because the information that you need to move forward is coming in. It's coming in quickly. The change is coming in quickly. And the situation will be set right. With the Justice card here, it lets us know that the situation will be set right. The legal situation that I spoke about in the very beginning of your portion here, you will have success in this legal matter. It's the Justice card lets us know that you will have success in this legal matter, and it is going to really bring great change into the way your family life is unfolding, the way things are working out for you in regards to this, what has been irritating, because I've worked. So it's going to get set right. For somebody else, I do feel that you're waiting on some news. You're waiting to hear back from somebody. You will hear from them. You will like what you're going to hear. I'm hearing just take your time as you're going through these changes, and the waiting game is kind of hard. And utilize that time that you have to really appreciate the partnerships, the relationships with the children and the family members that are working out. Get out in nature, breathe the clean air, frolic and play. What you need is coming to you, okay? And do the balancing work within, so that you don't become overly active or overly emotional, so that your emotions and your actions come in balance. In that place, that's where you receive a lot of understanding, a lot of solutions. A lot of information can be downloaded to you or reawakened within you that has been lying dormant in your recesses of your memory bank. I feel that you're going to receive some answers and solutions from something you actually said or did or experienced previously, but it's been locked up in your memory bank, and that's going to be unlocked. And then that's going to help you have a greater understanding of the situation and knowing of which way to step forward. Something to that effect is there, okay? Now, let's move on to the sign of the Tiger. The sign of the Tiger for September. What's the messages, love source God, for the Tiger for September 2017? Again, thank you to whoever's taking notes of our timestamps. We really appreciate that. Your brothers and sisters appreciate that. It makes it easier for them to find the relevant video for them, or if they're cross-watching for their family members or lovers or so on. So, what is the messages for those with the sign of the Tiger for September? I'm hearing that song. It's the Eye of the Tiger. I don't know how the rest of it goes, but it's a really good fight song, and you already know that you've got all that it takes, and you will definitely, you will succeed. Okay, Alchemist. Transformation of base motives and goals into wisdom. So you have a great spiritual knowledge, and you have learned the basics of spiritual alchemy, being able to transmute situations internally. By applying the spiritual wisdom, you understand how you can use your intentions and your motives to influence the energy manifesting in your life. And so at this time, you are, I feel like you're dabbling in playing with some ideas for manifestation, seeing how they come about, and getting in touch with the actual feeling, the thought, the actual process, and getting more in touch by practicing this. I feel that you're starting with little things like coffee from Starbucks, or somebody, company to come hang out, little things like that, and you're doing it in your thought processes and your emotional process, and you're mixing that up so that you can receive the desired outcome. And as you're seeing that, hey, I thought about this, I wished for it, and look, it came. But I remember that this thought that I thought about, it was a real light thought. I didn't really think long about it. It was kind of like a side of the mind thought. It was no big deal, and then I just forgot about it and didn't even really think about it again until now that it's manifested. And so you're realizing that what you think of lightly and let go comes in real easy, not ever slow. And so it comes in so quick, and it's making you realize that the key is being in non-resistance, by being playful with it. So it's like anything you could think of really quick and just forget about and let it go. That stuff is manifesting super fast for you. I feel that for you, you're in a time of expansion. You're really looking at expanding your financial outlook, expanding your living space, expanding your family. One of those three is going to apply for most of you. For some of you, this is about a spiritual expansion due to that expanded sense of awareness, okay? I feel that with you being in this expansion, you're looking at the past and you're thinking about how there was so much you didn't know, and you've begun to learn so much. And a lot of this stuff, I feel like you're like, I can't even talk to nobody about this. I got to be by myself and meditate on this thing. But what's happening is, that's okay. Just because you feel sometimes like you're alone and you can't talk to people about these things, that's actually a powerful thing. Florence Scovel Shinn talks about people who had manifested great wealth, and a lot of them that manifest great wealth don't tend to talk about their personal business very much, because when you speak with others about the personal business, especially finances, which I feel is very important for you at this time, that what happens is that they, by their doubts that they cast upon into the situation, it lowers your vibration about the situation. And so you're like, I'm going to stay in alignment with it. I'm going to stay in alignment with it. And so you're holding that space. You're holding that vibration. You're holding yourself in that powerful place. And it's creating change in your physical reality. And you're really seeing that again. You're seeing that change is coming in your physical reality. For me, the Five of Pentacles is not a card of doom and gloom. This is a person who is shifting from a physically based situation into a spiritually based situation that has a physical side effect. And so the underlying support for this is the Two of Cups. This is that balance that you've attained within. This is that being able to utilize your that inner energy and radiate it out into the world so that it comes back the way you want it. And again, playing with the mixture. I feel like somebody's even realizing how being in a certain environment around certain people tends to lower your vibration, changes the outcome of what you're getting. I feel that somebody else is noticing how watching a low vibration entertainment that keeps you apprehensive and in suspense and on the edge of your seat in a thrilled mode that is low vibration thrill, like scary movies and stuff like that. I feel like you're even noticing how on the days that you have sat up and watched some of these shows or gossip shows and reality dramas, stuff like that, I think that I know that at this time you're starting to realize how those things are playing into your vibration so strongly, so then you're attracting situations that match that. So I feel that you're really going to start getting that stuff in check, looking at I like what this returns to me. I don't really care what that returns to me, so I'm just going to let that be right now and leave that part out of my vibration. I'm going to go back over here and put on some more love music. I'm going to go over here and put on some more comedy shows. I'm going to go over here and play with these babies. I'm going to go over here and do the things that are more high vibration because I'm liking what I'm seeing more from that high vibration. I do feel that you've had some issues with sleeping lately, that you've been up a lot thinking about what steps you can physically take to move forward financially, and for some of you even to move forward to get out of a relationship that has felt very toxic to you. I do feel that you know what you need to do. It's about getting that courage inside to take the steps. So what I have to say about that is do it like a band-aid. Peel it off fast so you can begin to recuperate from the sting as soon as possible. Okay, so all right, so that's the sign of the tiger. Let's go ahead and get the rabbit in. Next sign on the table will be the rabbit. What is the messages for the rabbit for September, mid-month 2017? The sign of the rabbit. The July. Okay, somebody needs to go back and watch the July. Maybe you rabbits need to go back and watch the July videos for the mid-month or the monthly that I did. But what I was going to say, the September monthly videos still apply. This does not supersede or overwrite it. This is an addition to it. This is another reason why I do it by your Chinese zodiac sign, because they're not as interchangeable as are the Western zodiac signs. So make sure you've watched your zodiac tarot for September 2017, and then come in and watch your Chinese zodiac, and definitely recommend going back and rewatching them towards the end of the time period. So, you know, come October would be a good time to come back and watch these videos again. Message for the rabbit listeners. God, thank you, thank you, thank you. This one, artist. Rabbit, it's time for you to get jumping on your arts, my dear. You know there's something you want to create. It says, expressing a dimension of life that is just beyond the five senses, inspiring others to see life symbolically. I do feel that you've got some art that you are creating, my dear. I also feel that you are receiving a lot of spiritual messages, and that's one reason why you have this strong urge to create your art. For some of you, it is painting, just as depicted on this card, but I'm picking up on a writer, particularly a writer who writes for enlightenment and entertainment and educational purposes, all three in one thing. It's like your show is highly entertaining. However, it is also not just for entertainment. It is entertainment with a purpose. And so writing is very important for you at this time. Utilize that, my dear rabbit. I feel that you're seeing a lot of signs in the world around you. You've begun to notice so much synchronicity for yourself. And boy, that synchronicity train is a beautiful one to ride, ain't it? And so what's happening for you at this time is you're getting the response. Spirit is responding to whatever you're asking for. And you're standing in this place where you have been doing a great sense of healing because you found a whole lot of self-love. You began to attain some emotional mastery over yourself, to where you allow your emotions to guide you and you put yourself in flow with your universe instead of in fear of it. And so your final solution, this is your final thought. It's like, the universe is responding to me. That's decided, done deal. You can't tell me nothing else about that. Universe is responding to me. God in this planet is showing me everything that I'm trying to understand is being shown to me. What I'm going to do with it, I'm going to take my pen, I'm going to take my brush, I'm going to take my whatever it is you build with your saw and your wood, whatever it is you're doing, and you're going to go ahead and use that inspiration. You're going, with this bonus here, you're going to put that trust in what you're receiving and create. And you're actually, for some of you, you're going to start really getting ready to leave an old career path old habits will go away with this, something you had struggled to let go of. You're going to find that as you throw yourself into these arts, as you throw yourself into your heart, as you throw yourself into seeing the spiritual responses and noticing the synchronicity and how you're in harmony with the world around you, you're going to see that those things are just going to kind of go away on their own. If it was somebody that was giving you a hard time, they're just going to stop calling, stop coming around. If it was a habit that you had, you're going to look up a week later and say, well, dang, I ain't even done that in about a week. That's good. Let's keep this going. I'm doing well. I'm really proud of myself. You should feel proud of yourself. You're doing amazingly. You have some beautiful cards here. Your major arcana that comes out is the star saying, honey, be as beautiful, bright, and bold as you are, because you can't hide your light. Somebody is going to be receiving a romantic love offer to advance a relationship to a next level with an Aquarius or a water sign person, which is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And when this is an automatic response from the universe of lining things up because of this self-love work that you have done in the past. And when this comes in, you're going to realize that you really have been the designer of your reality, and that your reality truly is responding to your dominant vibration, your sum total of your thoughts, feelings, and actions all poured in together is your vibration. I don't know what somebody else's definition of that is. That's what I received spiritually. That is our vibration. That is our point of attraction, the sum total of our thoughts, our feelings, and our actions put all together, you know. So you put all that stuff together and there's your vibration. Okay, so stay in that creative space. It's a good thing for you. It's working out very well for you, and can't nobody tell you no. You already know what you're doing, little rabbit. Okay, next sign up. This is for the dragon. Love source God, what is the message for the dragon? What is the message for the dragon for mid-month September 2017? Message for the dragons out there. Y'all keep your fire breath off of me, okay? Just kidding. But seriously, I feel you burning up your fire breath onto something you're really passionate about, okay? Understand that too much of that fire energy on it is going to burn it up too fast, because everything won't be ready for it. However, pouring it, adding a little more flame to your fire is going to be good, as long as it's in harmony with the fuel that you're burning, okay? You will know what that means if that message was for you. The monk nun is the highest, lightest, and brightest for you, my dear, at this time. Selfless devotion to single-minded and selfless devotion and single-minded dedication to spirit. You're very much in a mind of service at this time, dragon, and it's so passionate within you that you really you're fully supported in everything you do. Don't forget to take care of you at the same time, is what I'm hearing. You must take care of you so that you can continue to pour this love out. Again, where I was saying, you put too much fire, breathe too much fire on that passion, my dear dragon, and you will burn that crap up. So what it's saying to you is, if you can divvy it up a little bit, you'll be able to do more over a more extended period of time rather than burning out, is what I'm hearing. You can apply that to your situation as it fits for you. What is a message for the dragon at this time, Love Source God? Okay. So, there was a decision you had to make, and you basically just waited until you receive that divine understanding of what you should do, and you got it. You got the divine understanding of what you needed to do, and so now the thing of it is, it's a little bit of a shocker. Like the understanding, the epiphany that was unveiled to you, the direction that you received is a little bit of a shocker. It wasn't quite what you expected, and so it's now processing processing this new place for you, processing this new viewpoint, this new understanding. And the thing of it is, you've been waiting. You had been waiting for that information to come through, and now that you've gotten it, and now you know what to do with it. It's slow and steady progress, but it's all working out. I hear you had a question about doing something. Should I do this? Should I do that? Should I do this or not? Will it benefit me to do this? Yes is the answer. You should do that, what you have been going back and forth about. That's why it keeps coming up on your heart, and that's part of this new plan. This new plan that you come up with, this new idea that you come up with, that you received through silencing your mind and allowing your spiritual intuition to speak to you. Success is guaranteed and sure. You will move forward in a solid way, and it's going to take some time for this process to unfold the way you want to. However, you are at the end of a leveling of the situation to where now it's time to level up, okay? And for somebody else, oh, also with that, what you do with moving forward with this process is going to be so strong, it's going to be so long lasting, it's going to have a profound effect, it's going to change lives. It's going to radiate love energy out there, it's going to radiate power, it will be empowering for those who partake of it. For somebody else, you have been through a heartbreaking romantic situation, and this you allowed to unfold. It's that ending of a karmic relationship that was a long time in your life. It's been what you've been in this relationship for a long time, but you're knowing that it held things up for you. Being in that situation that was not fitting for you, you are aware that it had the effect of putting you at a standstill, at a holdup. Well, now it's time for a breakthrough, and that's why this karmic cycle is ending. You're going to have a lot of strength coming out of it to move forward with. You will have greater dedication, greater momentum, greater motivation from within. And all of this situation happened anyways because you started finding more spiritual love for yourself anyways. You started finding that divine part of yourself and working with that. And so what happened was you knew that had to end. You knew it had to end. And I feel that you had to have this conversation with somebody and say, look, this is holding both of us up. We're not on the same path, and because we keep trying to stay together, yet our paths have diverged from one another, we are not benefiting one another. So it's better if we just let each other move on and go with these changes. And so that was an honoring of your own divine self. You are being blessed for that. You're going to find some success down that road. And for some of you, you let go of a earth sign person, and you are going to find a fire sign person, probably a Leo person, or somebody who is very charismatic come into your life in regards to that romantic situation. And I am hearing that it's going to take a while, so don't expect it right now. Don't go running around looking for it and asking everybody you meet what sign they are. Instead, know that you will be surprised to find out that this person was the one that was talked about in that one video you watched that one time, and she said a Leo, and you didn't even think about it because she said not to go around asking folks sign, but when it's time for you to know, it's going to be told to you. I'm also hearing that allow this healing to happen for you. This is why it's going to take a little bit of time, because there's some strong healing that has to happen with you, and you're going to continue to go through some more emotional changes as you move through this healing at this time. Remember that even if it doesn't look good, if it doesn't look like things are working out well for you, that Wheel of Fortune, good blessings of fortune are on your side. And so be confident in knowing that, okay? That no matter what this looks like, I won't let appearances deceive me. I will remember that everything is working out for me, and that I was created as the divine child of the creator that of all that ever is, was, would be, or could be. And so everything is working out for me. And even though at this point in time it's a little bit fuzzy, I know it will get clearer, and I will have a greater understanding of how this is a blessing for me, okay? Now, let's move on to the sign of the snake. Snaky snake. What is the message for my snake brothers and sisters by their Chinese zodiac sign? What is the message, Love Source God, for the snake for September 2017, mid-month tarot update? What are the channel and tarot messages for those with the sign of the snake? The energy is really intense with me right now. As I'm looking at the cards, the words are coming so fast that I'm almost like, if you could trip on your tongue with your words, that's what I've done a little bit of. So I'm fine. I know some of you are picking up on that. I'm feeling that some of you are picking up on that, but I am fine, okay? Martyr is the card that comes out for you as your highest, lightest, and brightest course. It says, learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself or a cause. So as you give yourself in service, it helps you raise your awareness, raise your vibration. It gives you a feeling. It releases serotonin into your system is what I'm hearing. And this is having a really positive effect in your life. Martyrs are typically spoken of negatively because there are people that put themselves in difficult situations and lose their lives and stuff like that. This is not talking about that type of martyr. This is talking about the blessings that are received as you be of service. Okay? This is talking about the effect on your soul of being of service. So I'm feeling that some of you are picking up a service that you're offering to your brothers and sisters of humanity with the intention, aim, and focus of growth. I do feel that you just want others to have the opportunity to see what it is you have saw for yourself within themselves, because you're like, it's there, we all have it, we can all see it, we can all be it, we can all do it, we can all live it. And I can help you understand how I did it for me, and that might work for you. And so what we have here is a situation where people are recognizing that you actually do know how to do this. People are recognizing that, and they're being grateful to you. They're letting you know how the service that you've provided on their behalf in the past has really benefited them. You did something in the past for someone, and you're being recognized for it now. And the cold part about this is somebody around you is going to want to frickin' leave because of the recognition that you're getting. Somebody around you is not going to enjoy the success that you're seeing right now. And you're just going to stick to your truth. You're going to do what you have to do. And you're going to continue to put your spirituality first, because you know that's your strong point. You know that in the end, you are a spiritual being inhabiting a physical body, not vice versa. So when they leave your physical body, that's okay. It's not a big deal, because the words were still said. The energy was still shared. The work was still done. Okay? So I feel like this mid-month sees you having some great epiphany. Seeing you have some great epiphany that has you sitting up there feeling like you just got granted a wish. Like, I really wanted to understand this, And I do feel that this epiphany is going to come to you while you are actively in service to others. It could be doing something like this where you're reading cards for somebody, sharing spiritual messages with somebody. It could be feeding the homeless, keeps coming up to me. It could be lending a hand to somebody to put their groceries in the car. I just saw, I mean, any little thing that you are doing while you're in the midst of that. I see you having this epiphany that is bringing you a great success, because it's like, oh, now I get it. I understand it all. And only you know what that is. I mean, Luster's God is not giving me the details on that right now because I don't need it. You all have different details around that, but you're all having this epiphany situation going on right now, where you're at this place of success. You've been through so much challenge, like actual physical challenge. So if somebody wants to leave, you're like, okay. And at the same time, because you've been through all this physical challenge and you're at this great place of success right now, you're beginning to look at what other little things that I can leave behind that don't benefit me. Because you're understanding that to serve others, you have to serve yourself. There's some more. All this great accomplishment and success come on the heels of you letting some things go, letting some conflicts go. And so you see that, well, what else can I let go is what you're seeing. What else can I let go of this not serving me well? Thought-wise, belief patterns, things of that nature. Okay? Well, yours was pretty, that was pretty heavy if you ask me. The energy is very spiritual on this reading for you, Snake. Very, very spiritual. Like you're really in your spiritual center. You're really in your truth. You're really allowing your truth to show you its evolution, which is enlightening you to your own newly evolved nature. That's it. Okay, next sign is for the horse. Wow, that was really strong. Okay, next sign for the horse. Luster Scott, what are the messages for the horse for mid-month September 2017? What are the messages for the horse for mid-month September 2017? Luster Scott, thank you, thank you, thank you. Once this video uploads and has been on, because we're actually live streaming it now, I would love to see what comments you have. So as you're watching this, go on and put your comments in. I love to read what you have to say. Y'all bring me random smiles and satisfaction through the day to know that the words have been heard and the hearts begin to play with the information, emotion, and vibration that you deserve today. For the horse, Child Divine says, innocence, purity, and redemption suggest a special connection with the divine. Best course of action. Remember that you are the beloved child of the creator of all that ever is, was, will be, or could be, and all things are available to you as that you are. I'm also hearing, you know, any children that you have around you, embrace them. Embrace them because they are there to help keep you in that divinely young, playful state of mind. And get into their world for a few minutes. Like I'm hearing how I tell people all the time, you should vacation at Melinda Land once in a while. You'll love it. And then, so that's being applied to this child. Like get into this child's land and allow the child to be an inspiration of your divine energy, of the realization of how you are divine, because this child is showing you also aspects of yourself. We're all just mirrors of one another. You can see yourself in them. You think you're seeing them. You think you see something in them that you like or don't like, and they're just mirroring to you the greatness that is within you. I'm seeing with this Seven of Cups that it is important for you to use your imagination freely and wild, like the horse that you are, running in the wild grass and the wild fields, and use your imagination freely and fun and playfully. What if this happened? What if that happened? And fill in each space with the dream. I do feel that you have had to really cut out some untruths, some unnecessary characters, some unnecessary behaviors, some unnecessary thoughts from your life, and that you are expressing a level of mastery in doing so. I'm hearing that, you know, back then, not so long ago, you were really, really tough on everyone around you because you were understanding how the conversations and the vibrations of all that surrounded you were lending to the manifestations you were seeing. And so you were actually being really hard about it, but now it's time to soften that down because you got a good grip on it. And so you have softened that down. You know you're in a place of healing, not only spiritually, but that spiritual healing overflows into your physical reality. And so therefore you're in that place of healing right now. You're really looking at all the new prospects available in your life. New career opportunities are on the table. New emotional opportunities are on the table. We have all four elements on the table, so there is a energy of a completeness within you, yeah, that's allowing you to heal from any past pains and wounds that you have had to deal with, and any that are still being figured out at this time are going to heal just fine. It will be as though it had never happened at one point, except for the benefit of the experiences as you are able, from this situation that you're dealing with, it could be involving a child. Definitely you're going to get the assistance of a person in your life who's going to speak out what it really is from a point of knowing, not of just thought or ideas, but of knowing, yeah? So you go ahead and play with the imagination of what you would love to see happen, and watch how that magic gets poured. Watch how the magic permeates the situation. And in that, when you see that, you're going to know exactly which way to walk. You're going to know which opportunity to take, because it does look like there's a lot of opportunities. There's a lot of different ways you could take this and run with it, but you will make a decision based off of a place of spiritual wholeness, okay? Again, always remember that you are the beloved divine child of the Creator of all that ever is, was, will be, or could be, and all things are available to you. And you have everything that you need right now. No matter what it feels like, you really do, and you always will. And it will not always be what you have now, but it will always be what you need when you need it, okay? That is the message for the horse. Let's get into the message for the sheep. Love Source God was a mid-month tarot update for the sheep for September 2017 for the sheep. Okay. If you have been watching the dailies, you know that you have chance to win a free card pull, and this is the deck we've been using. Okay. It is about utilizing all the painful situations from your childhood, all the things that you had to go through, and not letting them just be the worst thing that ever happened to you or the reason to continue in wallowing in your situation, but to show mastery with that and utilize those situations to benefit other children that are going through something like you, or maybe not something like you, but to show them that, hey, I went through something very challenging and difficult too, and just like I got through it, and here I am, and I'm okay now, so you can get through it too. And so if you don't know why you're going through something, and you've been asking, why do I have to go through this? God doesn't love me, and the universe doesn't love me, and nothing's working out for me. And you've been wallowing in self-pity like that. Understand that all the pains that you had gone through that keep coming back up within you, they're there to serve a blessing for some other little kid right now, for some other child that needed to hear it. And for some of these people are not actual children, you know. Some of these people are going to be adults that are still mentally children because of the pain of what they've gone through. But some in your experience is lending its support to help and bring in healing, okay? There's still some more challenges for you to get through. There's still some more stuff you're going to have to understand. But this is about you bringing yourself into harmony with your true state, which is a highly blessed, highly favored divine child. And yes, even those pains. Yes, I know somebody was molested. Somebody had been physically abused. Somebody else saw physical abuse. And I really hear that somebody saw a murder. And because of what you went through, you are able to share your balance with others. You are in a place where you're just praying to God to help you get through this and have the strength to get through this. Well, you do. You have it. You have the strength to get through this. You have the strength to do whatever you need to do to benefit yourself. And so you're doing the right thing, and you have been doing the right thing. The recognition that's coming is stay your course, stay the course, keep going. You are doing great. Yes, you're not finished yet. You'll never get this life finished until you're in spirit, and then you're still not finished. There's always going to be this work to do. There will always be another conflict, another challenge for you to move past. So you're going to take the mastery of having coped with the situation that you have already coped with, and you're going to apply that to the next thing that you're going to have another breakthrough about, because you're in this self-healing thing. Be patient with yourself. Speak out positive love, accomplishment, recognition to yourself over all that you have been through, all that you have done, and all that you continue to do. Give yourself warm gratitude for being brave enough to even be open enough to share about some of the things that you went through. Like, these things are not easy to talk about all the time, but you get out there and you talk about it, and you help people with it, and you're open with it, and you allow it to flow through you so that they may grow. And understand that what you pour out for them is always coming back to you. And that's one reason why you're doing so well, because, my dear sheep, you have been of service to the others. And in doing so, if you didn't know, you're about to learn today that you have been in service to yourself, helping heal yourself in the same way you wanted to heal them. Those intentions. This is why, I say everything you do is planting a seed for something in which you're going to eat the fruit of. Plant it all in being of good service for highest, lightest, and brightest good, love, peace, and happiness. And I feel that's what you've done. And the reason why we do this is because you're going to eat the fruit. If you plant anything out of maliciousness, deceptiveness, manipulations, any of that stuff, that's exactly the fruit you're going to eat. It's going to be having that name. It's going to be tasting that sour and that bitter as the same day you planted it, you was tasting, okay? So get real sweet on it as you plant it, because it's going to work out well for you, okay? Next sign that we are going to do is the monkey. Love Source God, what are the messages for the monkey for mid-month September 2017? For my beautiful brothers and sisters of humanity, for their highest, lightest, and brightest good, that they may be aware and embrace it and dare to be it. Amen. Yes, I love the way those words came through. Okay. One more shuffle on here this way. And let's see what comes out of the deck. For the monkeys. What's the message for the monkeys? This is it. Trickster. Transcending convention, stuffiness, and predictable behavior. Man, that's a perfect card for a monkey. Because I tell you what, they think you going right, you going left. They think you going left, you been up, down, and all around. They don't even know where to look for you. You just all over the place, surprising them. They can't keep up with you. They don't. I mean, you're just doing things your own way. You're doing things in a way that suits you. You're doing things I mean, you're really bringing something new to the table. Like, I'm feeling like somebody's actually creating a new technique, a new product, a new method, a new something or other of that nature. That is new, that is going to change the game, is what I'm hearing, okay? Let's see, what is the messages from the tarot now for you, my monkeys? I just see you, you know, it's like you bopping all over the place. You here and there and everywhere, and they don't know how you're doing it, okay? It's not their business to know how you're doing it. Yep. You're the magician. You are the trickster. If you have, which I don't see it here, but if you have been trying to manipulate a situation, I see that it's going to work out just well for you, okay? And I don't feel like it's a negative-based manipulation. I do feel that it's positive. I see a lot of you trying to bring some love down into your life. Others of you really just trying to get the spiritual balance right. Y'all still letting go of toxic behaviors, thoughts, and people. And you're in this place of breakthrough right now where you can see things in a new light because you have made so much progress. Things started happening really quickly for you recently. And it's like what I'm saying, I'm manifesting, I am the magician. I got this, they think this, and I think this, and here it comes. I say it, and there it is. And people are looking at you like, how in the hell are you able to do this? You're not using the conventional methods to accomplish your goals. You're doing this a different way. You're doing it spiritually. You raised your vibration. You held it steady. You raised your baseline. There's a video on that if you don't know what I'm talking about. It's in my channel. Where is your baseline is its title. You are willing to walk away from anything that you need to allow this situation to have the full-on breakthrough, full-on manifestation. Somebody with the sign of Cancer. You are in a divine union right now of some sort. For some of you, this is with a friend and you're working on projects. Some of you, this is with a group of friends and you're working on projects of enlightenment. You're working on helping others to see things outside of the box and see things in a different way. And also your whole aim is walk towards positive, high vibration mentality and positivity. Leave the negativity alone. Leave manipulation alone. Leave that toxic shit alone. And you are having your breakthroughs. And because you're having your breakthroughs, you're like, I gotta share this. This is too damn good. I gotta share this. And so that's where you're at with that, okay, monkey? All right, next sign we're gonna work on now is for the rooster. And so I'm hearing my roosters. When I was a kid, yes, we had roosters. We lived in the city in Denver, and my dad thought he was Farmer John. His name was really John, but he wasn't really a farmer, unless you count the roosters, the ducks, the rabbits, and the chickens. So we had a rooster, and every day, all loud as hell in the morning, and that's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing you're letting out your voice. You're letting out your call. And you really don't care who is annoyed by it. Let that shit roll, man. Let it roll off your tongue. Okay, yeah. And now I'm being shown a conversation that I had. Oh, I'm sorry. I think I shouldn't have said it. I just can't shut up. Somebody kept saying, I just can't shut up. I just can't shut up. And then I told them the same thing you need to hear. Maybe you ain't supposed to shut up then. Maybe you ain't supposed to be shut up, okay? If it's so uncomfortable and you're like, but I said it, and then you're like, the uncomfortable feeling says, oh, I don't know if I should have said that. It's because you're doubting yourself. Stop doubting yourself, okay, Rooster? Something you have to say is an announcement. It's a call. It's letting folks know it's time to go, right? Ain't that what the rooster do? You wake up in the morning, wake the whole world up, and let the world know it's time. The sun's coming out. Wake your behind up and get to work, right? So something you're doing, this announcement you're making, is having that effect. Yep, definitely supported by the Exorcist card here. It says freeing yourself and others from destructive impulses. So definitely, and the rat got this also as well. Definitely there is a wake-up call being given by you. Something you need to say that's on your heart. Don't feel no remorse about it when it come out. Let that thing flow. Speak it out. Speak it truthfully. Speak it out the way you hear it, the way you receive it, the way it's on your heart. Because it is there to sound the wake-up call for not only you, but for mainly for those around you, because these are things that you understood. You come to understand these things, but there's some destructive impulses, some low vibrations, some toxic behavior, some toxic energies going around that needs to be squelched out. It needs to be dealt with. And so something you're talking about is helping to create that. This is definitely a soulmate type of situation. I feel like you got to say something to somebody, and they ain't gonna like it. This is like truth coming out. I ain't told you before, but it's time to say it, because I'm into a new day. This is I'm a whole new me. I'm a whole new being. I'm a whole new life. I gotta say what's on my mind. I gotta say these things to you. And you know, you recently had some great breakthroughs as having you to expand your consciousness, expand your awareness, and expand your abilities, your ability to act as well. And so definitely seeing for you helping, being one of assistance in that awareness, bringing out the truths. Again, do not be afraid to speak your truth, whether it is on a court hearing and you've been asked to testify. Speak it out, because yes, you are transmuting these energies, and what you have to say really does matter and plays a very important role in doing so. Okay. We definitely want to pay attention to any new moon manifestations that you had set for yourself, and make sure that as you receive those pieces and bits of guidance as we move forward towards the full moon, that you are bold and brave enough to apply what you're hearing, okay? That's going to matter for you. And if you're the one, I feel that you will have a very strong pull. You may be a Pisces, Aries, or a Leo. You're going to have a very strong pull. You're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. This soulmate relationship in the past, from the past, somebody is coming back to you. I feel that it's something between a Leo and an Aries, something like that, where y'all maybe have even lived together in the past, but something happened. You had a hold on the relationship. I don't feel that it was necessarily a negative hold put on the relationship, but there was a hold put on the relationship. I feel like it was meant to benefit both parties, and now I feel that there's a coming back together and ready to resume, pick up where we left off. And I do feel that you both had a little bit of changes, but you're going to pick up and you're going to go through and relearn each other, okay? Those are the messages I have for the rooster. Now let's see what we have for the dog. Messages for the dog for September, mid-month 2017. Messages for the dog. Okay, the messages for the dog. Those are messages for the dog, Mr. Scott. Okay. Healer. Passion to serve others by repairing the body, mind, and spirit. Ability to help transform pain into healing. You are a healer. You have the ability to help heal others by your very presence. If you've been noticing your hands sweating a lot, if you've been noticing your hands getting hot or your feet, this is a physical sign that you are a healer. It is very important for you as a healer to make sure that you keep yourself grounded and find your awareness that you are always blessed and safe and protected no matter where you stand in your skin, and that you are connected to Love Source God, not necessarily the vessel of a human that is right in front of you. Why is that important? If you attach yourself to the vessel of human in front of you, you run the risk of embodying the energies, the very energies that you are attempting to heal out of them. However, if you are connected to Love Source God is all things, you are connected to all things, but you don't have to embody the energies to work with them. So that's a very strong message for you. You don't have to worry about having to protect yourself and all that stuff so much if you realize that it's not because you embody this person's energy and you bring it into yourself. It's because you are Love Source God energy, and Love Source God energy is all things, and by that you're always blessed and safe and protected no matter where you stand, and you are able to help the situation out without being of detriment to yourself. There's a situation here for you unfolding this month of give and take, because you do have great prosperity, wealth, and abundance around you at this time. You're beautiful, you're filled with love, and you got plenty of love to give and to share and to spare. You got plenty of wealth and money and food and clothing and everything, housing, transportation. You have it all to give and to share and to spare. And so you made a really quick decision in recent past because you heard about somebody having a hard time. They went through some major changes, and you just wanted to be of assistance. You just wanted to help. Well, now what's happened is it's developed into a enabling situation, and so to help heal this situation, it's time for you to break through. It's time for you to allow this person to deal with their situation in their own way, and by you throwing money at the problem, providing this assistance, providing that assistance, it has not helped. It's not going to help. That person has to do it for themselves because everything else is just, you know, it's a fish for the day. This person has to learn how to fish on their own. You didn't show them the example. You didn't have the talks with them. Now they got to get out there and do it themselves. And they ain't going to do it themselves as long as they're getting it from someone else. So for somebody, there's this situation where you got to have this breakthrough with this person that's in your life that you trying to come to the rescue of them, trying to help heal them and all that. But all you did was bring in more issues to yourself. So now you got to heal yourself first. Heal thyself, healer, by having the breakthrough of this. For somebody else, there's definitely a romantic relationship here that's being itself shown to me. This relationship is actually going to come in very quickly for you, and it will be very balanced and reciprocal. There, it's as though you both have plenty to spare and to share of that which the other would like to use and utilize. And so you share these things with one another, and this relationship entails physical attraction, sexual attraction, spiritual attraction, intellectual attraction. It really has all levels of attraction written all over it. It's a surprise. You're going to be like, wow. And this relationship right here, when y'all get in bed together and you'll start doing your physical thing together, what happens is you actually radiate such love energy that it does help heal the world. So you are still being the healer, my dear. It's a beautiful thing. It's a truly beautiful thing, and you're very abundant and very prosperous. I'm also hearing, if you do not want to become impregnated with this child from this union, then make sure that you take the proper precautions, because impregnation is definitely a possibility on the table for you right now, my dear. Some signs that may be of importance for you would be Libra, Taurus, Gemini, and Capricorn, and that matters. I didn't pick up on signs for every sign of the Chinese zodiac that I've read for, but for you it was important that I say those. This was your reading, my dear dog, for September. Now let's get into the sign of the pig. What are the messages for pig for September 2017 mid-month Chinese zodiac tarot update? I am so grateful and so thankful that you have been here with me. Those of you who have been live streaming with me through this, grateful for your presence. Thank you for time stamping, my beautiful time stamper. Thank you for all your support. I look forward to chatting with you on the daily, and you may be one who gets to receive a free pull. We will see who gets the free pulls next. I am liking doing the free pull at the end. I know that some days I won't have time to do that, so I'm not going to commit myself to do it every day. I'll do it when it feels right and I have the time and the focus to give to that. Just because y'all know I usually have babies popping in and out, but if you ain't noticed, last few days ain't been no babies popping in and out, banging on the door and none of that stuff. They all on vacation. So it's a little bit different. They all gone to see Grandpa out of state, so that's cool. Grandpa can love the babies, but yes. Let's see. The energy for you, Pig, is that of the engineer. It says ability to give creative energy a practical expression. Talent for designing resolutions to common dilemmas. I see you really talking to folks about, and to yourself, devising solutions, seeing the shortcuts, seeing the way out of what others think is impossible. And you've really done this in your life, and because of that, you're not living in that lack and limitation. As a matter of fact, you are on top of the world, baby. You got the world in your spread. Everything is working out for you, and you've accomplished so much, you've designed so much, you've attained so much. You're now looking at what else can I do. So your thoughts are surrounded in what else I can manifest, what else I'd like to create. You had some confusion in the past of what you wanted and where you wanted to take yourself, but you have quiet yourself to listen to the Spirit speak to you, and in that place, in that space, you have come to a conclusion, and you know which direction you want to go now. And so you're looking at the design of it now. You're just looking at the nuances. You're looking at, some of you are actually looking at moving and traveling to a different place. Be persistent. There's going to be some little hiccups and challenges that you will have to overcome to allow the situation to come to full fruition as you move forward. However, you have everything to persevere through it. You stay your course. You attain to what you desired. And everything really is in the palm of your hand. It's up to you to receive and to expect it and to allow it to come in for you. For somebody, there is a situation in the past where you were working on building some sort of structure, whether it was with another human or an actual physical structure. I feel that some of that project is going to pick up, and definitely pick up like somebody was building a house, or you were an architect and you were designing a building and the project was put on hold. It's going to get picked back up. That project will be picked back up and you're going to be able to continue forward. I feel that for somebody else, someone was questioning. There was questions. Your authority was brought into question because of your techniques, and you've got the higher ground. It will be decided that you've got the higher ground. You're inspired, you're guided, and you have the direction you need to move forward. You will be moving forward. You have reached the end of some cycles in your life. It's time for some new phases. It's time for some new things. What you want to do is don't let the end of these cycles and this change in your physical reality debilitate you. You don't want to feel stuck. You want to realize that any holdups, any waiting periods are all there to benefit you, so that there can be greater sense of clarity, a greater sense of knowing and decisiveness in moving forward. Also for the ripening of the external factors that are involved in this situation, because there are external factors, and I do see that some of you are really looking at moving possibly somewhere else on the globe for romance, because there's somebody there and you just feel so attracted to them. You really can't stop. You just continue to pursue, and you're trying to devise a way to get there. Well, you will find your way. You begin to take the steps, which means you may start looking at booking tickets. You may start looking at what it takes to actually become a resident in another country abroad where this person is that you love, and what it would take for you, how you would actually divvy up your belongings and your valuables and your properties and things that you have here, so that you can be able to make this move happen. Or is it that you're bringing that person to you? Maybe you're going to bring that person to you. I see that as well, that you're going to bring this person that means the world to you. to where you're at and bring them home to your castle, okay? Those are the messages that I have for you, my dear pig. So grateful for you and all that you do. I look forward to meeting up with you in the dailies. Make sure you subscribe, and anything that triggered your ear, made you feel the sense in what you did here, give it a thumbs up and tap the little bell so you can be notified when we come on with the live streams, because you know I'm developing and devising, engineering new ways for active audience participation and giveaways. I love doing giveaways because I have plenty to spare and to share, so I can afford it. Okay, I absolutely love and adore you, and I look forward to the next time working with you. If you would like to obtain your own personal consultation or make a donation for the free work that was here offered on your behalf, you can go to my website for those details. The website is lphtarot.com. That's lphtarot.com, as in love, peace, and happiness to you and yours, and of course me and mine. Until next time.